Stopping enemies is not so cool. You know what's so cool? One-shotting them, I mean two-shotting of course. Just like that. Meet Sir Whiskers, a suspiciously British Khajiit with sticky paws and criminal aspirations. Freshly escaped from prison into the world of Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered. He got no armor and one dream, just to become a godlike thief with complete invisibility, power to rob gods, one-shot anything that moves, and have way too much fun doing it. Normally, game try to stop you. You'll get caught, punched, and forgotten. But Whiskers isn't normal. So let's build him into most broken thief assassin in Cyrodiil. If you want to take a closer look on our protagonist today, he is obviously a British Khajit, but he is a called Pelitin to have more endurance of course. Khajiits normally will have good agility and higher acrobatics, sneak and security abilities. Ability to see in the dark is also nice perk, since we will operate at night time a lot. We're starting with the thief subclass for extra luck of course, and on top of that some agility and speed and stealthy specialization. Our favorite attributes is luck, and luck actually affects all our skills. It will give you better lotions and potions battle, as well as just bump up all our stats, and it's extremely hard to level up, so getting a little bit more luck is also nice. And they actually changed how attributes works right now in Oblivion Remastered, so you no longer need strength to deal more damage with daggers. Actually right now we can really level up agility and it will work. And that's our major skills to become completely broken and most powerful thief in all Oblivion. It will be Alchemy because it's insanely powerful in this game, and we will need to craft our poisons better. Being sneaky is extremely hard, so getting better bonus in sneak ability is what we actually won't have. Security on other hand is extremely easy to level up even without getting it in major skills, so we completely ditch it. And while we will become completely invisible later, we still will need this extra bonus at the beginning of our adventure. Security on other hand is extremely easy to level up, so we're not taking it. Instead, let's level up acrobatics and athletics a lot faster. And here we got our utility already, but we need some power of course. To become more powerful we will use our awesome dagger, and dagger is a blade weapon, so we're taking blade as our combat ability, and to become even more deadlier and stealthier we're taking illusion and light armor as our last picks. And that's our cat assassin class. Okay, so where do we start? As always I like to drop in water and level up acrobatics a little bit just by bumping my hand on top of this bridge, on the bottom of the bridge actually. It's a little bit of stupid, hilarious, but still it's fun. Not for a long time though, just 1-2 levels is okay, just for fun. And always say hi to our lovely enemy, the first and fearsome mud crab. Yeah, look how much damage we're dealing right now. That's just a joke. We almost got obliterated by first level 0 mud crab on the beach. Definitely with these powers we're not going straight into the city. We just escaped prison. So instead we will go into this part island. Let's set a marker. And there's actually two ways how we can maximize our damage from dagger. One of them is to just get better dagger of course. It won't work forever, at least in the beginning of the game, but in reality we need to utilize our sneak mechanics. So when we're sneaking and we see that there is no eye icon, enemy basically can't see us, and we can deal extra damage on hit. Look how much damage our awesome British assassin just made. One shot the crab, just like that. We are here on this beach not to hunt crabs, and for sure we are here not to fight versus bandits. She's definitely a lot stronger than us, but we can definitely change it immediately. The first thing Sir Whiskers will do after leaving the prison will erupt the gods. Yeah, let's just ask the gods near the stone that we're looking for conjured weapon and armor. Definitely, you just need to ask nicely and we will get these insanely powerful gloves and a lot more powerful dagger. It's a lot better than our initial one and looks a lot better. I just blocked and we will block and hit with this dagger. Still almost no damage. But when we hit, we finally hit. As you can see, she's down. Put her to sleep even easier than putting to sleep crab. However, God blessing won't last long, and eventually we will lose our new gauntlets and new dagger. But Sir Whiskers is not a normal cat. When we took a little bit of damage to our weapon and our gauntlets, of course, we can use this repair hammer that we got from prison and repair them. After fully repairing items, I can just drop them on the ground. Yeah, just like that. And normally when timer runs out, we're actually losing them. But right now, they are still on the ground. Gods won't take them from us. So we got these light armor gauntlets and bone dagger with 0 weight forever in our hands. That's already better. It begins. We're not just stealing, we're looting from literal demigods. But still, it's too early to go back to city. We need to lay down a little bit. This means we can go to Imperial City waterfront and go backwards, because there's forgotten abandoned shack right over here in the rays of this beautiful sunrise. So let's go in, and that's a completely free beds over here, because in Oblivion you level up after you sleep. And now we can distribute our attribute points. What is important to know that when you level up, enemies also level up and scale with you. At high levels, enemies will become complete menace and very powerful. So, if you think you're not powerful enough right now, definitely don't level up. But we are pretty powerful already. And technically our main attributes to make this incredibly overpowered invisible rogue, thief, assassin, whoever you want him to be, is to get as much agility as possible for more damage with our dagger, as well as speed, because it will help with our stealthy abilities. But whenever we level up, we can level up 3 total stats, and we get 12 points. So instead of going +5 in each, I want to level up my luck at the same time. I like to level up luck. But if you don't believe in luck and you want to copy this build, then just go for endurance, it will give you more health. And you can go 4 in each, which is really good for survival and stuff, or 5-5-2, that's also nice distribution. However, I will go 4-4-1 in luck. And leveling occurs when you level up your major and minor skills. Basically, this bar will fill up and we will be able to get to level 3. So we need to become even more powerful, and especially level up our thievery skills. That's why I went straight to Chorrel, because what is a better way to level up thievery skills than to go west from the stables and find abandoned house. But it's not actually abandoned. Here lives my friend Honditar, and he is my friend because he always goes to hunting at the day. So we can go in, steal some arrows, just like that, and when the arrows got the stolen badge, we can just equip and unequip them however and as much as we like, multiplying them also as much as we like. This way, just by making one thievery, we can get as much arrows as we need to actually sell them later. And when you do this trick, you will see that there's 1 extra arrow shows up. So when arrows is equipped, get a bow, shoot 1 arrow in front of you, and you will multiply those arrows too. That's the arrows we will sell to traders, while we keep this stolen badge, and we will multiply them as much as we wish. So I guess let's go to City Market District in Imperial City and sell our goods. With a little bit of gold that I got after selling stuff, I bought bronze amulet, and basically we will need amulets and rings later on. If you don't know where to sell, basically this slash and smash orc shop will work, and that's the arrows we can actually sell. So this way we can easily make a bunch of gold. However, it's a little bit tedious and not extremely profitable. So, well, we can do it. Why would we, when we can get back to abandoned shack, or in reality to any place with containers like this. So barrel, chest, anything will work. What we want to do, we want to have something that costs something. Gold nugget, for example, will work, or PT soul gem, and put it into container. Then pick something with high number, like steel arrows, for example. We got 300 of them. I click, I hold, I drag and drop. Wiggle this stuff left and right, press continue, nothing happens, we take back pretty soul gem, and we got 300 PT soul gems. So 1 item goes to right, hold, drag, release, wiggle, OK, get it back, 300 lockpicks. Easy. Make sure to not over encumber yourself, but that's a good way to get some money in Oblivion. Still, be cautious with your money. There's a grey fox operating over here. He can steal all our goods. Anyway, I went to sell all my goodies. And Oblivion traders work like that. So you can't sell all 300, but basically trader will have some amount of money. Our ruling way Leah will have 2,000 and she can't pay us 6,000. What she can do though, she can pay for example for 80 PT Soul Gems, and if the number lower than 2,000 then she will gladly pay us, but she not losing any money. This way we can easily sell as much stuff as we need and get nice chunk of starting gold. However, as professional thief, I decided we need to work on our security lockpicking abilities. So, Sir Whiskers hid behind the crates and waited till midnight. That's a great time when everyone goes to sleep. And since there's almost no guards, we can try to open the door, and instead of locking it, I will spam my set tumbler button. I just spam it instead of trying to solve the lock. It's not breaking my lockpicks, it's not doing hardly anything, but when we exit this place, we will see that security just leveled up. And we can do it actually right from the tutorial if we wish to. And it's a lot better than to just break your lockpicks. Just in 1 minute I got my security level mastered at 50 points and we are ready to level up. So let's get back to Imperial City waterfront and improve our powers a little bit. But hey, what's going on behind our shack? What's going on, dudes? What's happening? No, you don't know me, but I know Grey Fox. Maybe it's you want my gold. So he's not Grey Fox, but because we got a bunch of free gold, we can persuade him a little bit, you know, a little bit of bribing will work. And now he tells me that Grey Fox is a king of Thieves Guild, so we can join it. And we will have contest. We need to bring Diary of Amantius Alictus. Without killing him, by the way, we are thieves. The beggars will help us locate him. So let's make it our active quest and let's run. Thanks God we get nice speed, so we are really fast. And we actually can just teleport. Now we need to find beggar. This beggar will work. And I got arrow pointing at this beggar, so we don't need to like walk too much to find him. Here's 5 coins, lady. Far east part. Now we get a pointer where we need to go, and I will just run over there as fast as it's possibly possible. And we get Amanus Amalektus house. It's easy lock, easy for us. We can even do auto attempt with new skills. It's easy and fast. There's a thief actually over here, but I got this diary a lot faster than this thief. Let's actually take everything and back to our house. What's up, bro? I got this diary. Now we get to Thief Guild special jobs. That's really cool. And after beating Red Race and joining real Reds, we're ready to take a sleep. Get next level, more luck, agility and speed. But since we're becoming more and more powerful, I guess that's a good idea to actually find a new house. This one is already too old and abandoned anyway. In the seek of new house, I went straight to Bruma. And you know, while we can technically try to seek house in Bruma, I see a big tower right behind us. So why not to go and check this out? On the way to the tower, there's camp with a nice gray hoodie. Yeah, now we look like a real thief. But who and why made this camp? Turns out, after going straight to the mountains and right to this awesome tower, which called Frostcrack Spire, we find that it is closed. And you know why? Because previous owner forgot where the keys. That's why previous owner made a camp outside of the tower while he was looking for a key, and eventually he didn't survive in these icy mountains. But we are a thief, so we can easily just go and lockpick this with probably like few attempts. Get the book and unlock full potential of the tower. Yeah, now we're stealing not only a bunch of goodies, but the full tower. In living area of the tower there is nothing right now, but we can find teleports to any mage guild, so we can wait till night, teleport over there and steal some goodies if we need to. However, I will go back to Imperial City Market District and again to my favorite shop Mystic Emporio, because now our lady Aurelian We will sell Frostcrack Alchemy Lab, bedroom area, library area, vault area, and mage tallow candle boxes. This is like most important item for us, so we're definitely picking those. Now that's better. We got bunch of cool stuff over here. I got Altar of Enchanting, and thanks to our candles we can activate it. Atronic Altar, we don't need it, and Altar of Spell Making. Yet we don't know how to use them, so let's read some books. And after reading few books, I suddenly became Heisenberg in herbs. Yeah, to make good poisons that will definitely help our Thief adventures, we need a bunch of alchemy equipment, like retort, calcinator, and alembic. Mortar and pestle also important. After leveling in dungeons, you may find even better and more powerful alchemy equipment, like apprentice mortar or even master mortar. And it's really simple to use. You just press double click on apprentice mortar and pestle, and you will be able to create potions and lotions yourself. To make potion, we need 2 ingredients at minimum. Same for poison, of course. And properties of potion will be determined by effects, overlapping effects. So for example, grape got restore fatigue as well as rice, but grape got water walking and silence. So if we pick grape and add rice, we will have restore fatigue property. We won't have other properties until they overlap. And we can just create potion and lotion just like that. This will level up our alchemy skills a little bit. But to make really strong potions, we need to unlock all effects. As you can see right now on Apple, we know only first and second effect. And to unlock all of them, we need to level up our alchemy. To level up alchemy, let's just take a sleep, level up our stats, and teleport to Skingrad East Gate. After exiting town and jumping downwards, we can go straight to these farms. I'm doing it at night, of course, so no one will see that the thief god, the best thief in the world, is just stealing some tomatoes. Yeah, come on. If they grow over here and no one sees, this means it's just free tomatoes. And having free tomatoes is always a nice thing to have. So there's a bunch of plantations with tomatoes, and on other side of the town is one more plantation, but with grapes. So if you wish to make some wine or some potions with tomatoes and grapes, then definitely you can grab some of those. And yeah, we don't need to do it at night, of course. No one will care that we're stealing a bunch of tomatoes, but people will care if we try to sneak into Mystic Emporium at night. However, with our awesome skill in lockpicking, we can easily lockpick it and find some containers in the basement. So why do we need these containers? I don't even need the stuff, we're not stealing those. I just need container which will be nearby of our awesome lovely shop, since what we're going to do right now is literal magic. So I'm dropping 1 grape, and after doing already known trick, we're getting 300 grapes. Same for tomatoes, and let's repeat for apples. Now we are over encumbered, but who cares? Getting apple, grape, some other items, and creating pump and dump potion. 300 of those potions will work. I hope they will. And by the way, if you don't like duping items, just refresh and wait 3 days. In 3 days, grapes and tomatoes should grow back. So after basically destroying all my ingredients and getting loads of pump and dump potions, they're different because when you advance your alchemy skills, they're starting to become better, more powerful, and cost more, but also they will weight less. And technically we need to advance our alchemy right to level 75. So we see all properties. Level 100 is also insane because we will be able to drink 8 potions instead of just 4 at the same time, but level 75 will work too. And if you are completely crazy and you don't want to gather any materials, just grab some watermelons and pumpkin from this place and duplicate those. Watermelons for some reason don't want to be duplicated, and always be cautious, it may crash your game. And what we can do now with our awesome alchemy skills? Of course we can brew some poisons right now, because you know what is the biggest problem of our dagger? It's doing 0 damage basically, especially when we're fighting head on versus target. So to brew extremely cool potion, I mean poison of course, we will need milk thistle or something like this. What we're looking for is this paralyze effect, and this plant is extremely common. You can find a lot of it around Bruma, but also a bunch of them is planted in our garden of course. If you go in this county of Voyage and walk around over there, extremely valuable plants over here. It's really easy to miss because we're just looking at them right now, and called fennel. Yeah, these big bushes with yellow colored tops basically. So get as much fennel as you can. It's a little bit rare, unlike our next plant that we can easily find in this coast near Skingrad. It will look exactly like Alkanet, but it's not, and we already got ambushed. So that's our fighting at this point. Even Bandit can hit us a little bit. Again, We're not so powerful. We need to be a little bit more powerful. Bro, why are you attacking me? Or I attack you, whatever. Anyway, we are here to find Nightshade plant. Yeah, it's purple, it's cool, definitely take it. And just outside of Leawin, there will be a bunch of our old crab friends. That is a lot weaker right now since we got this powerful dagger. And they are protecting Stinkhorn. That's the next ingredient and actually last ingredient we need. Now look at this gorgeous poison. So, because first of all I need a lot more ingredients, but we know how to gather them a little bit faster. And now we got everything ready. And by combining all these ingredients, we will have overlapping damage health on Stinkhorn Cap and Nightshade, and paralyze on Milk and Fennel. I call this poison Disabler. Yeah, we can drink it and we will be completely paralyzed, but I will just make a bunch of them. And to make it easier, always put your poison on some hot key. So let's take a nap, get some stats, and go back to where it all began. Less than 1 hour ago, we were right over here, just escaped the prison without any equipment, and look at us right now. We are sneaking right into the bandit camp. And we got caught, yeah, we're still not very sneaky. But we got solution when we got this big fight. Look, I just used poison. And how poisons work in Oblivion, it's pretty simple. You just apply poison to your equipped weapon for next hit, one single hit. That's why it's really important to use it on your hot key, so you can do it a lot faster. And some poisons can inflict, for example, a little bit of damage, and it's really tedious to apply them all the time. But this poison, it's completely broken. Look at this hit. Where you're running, you're already trying to run away from us. That's what we're doing with our enemies. By applying this poison, basically he can't hit us and he will be destroyed in 1 second. That's how powerful we are right now. And that's definitely a great fix for our assassin. We just go from the backside and he's disabled basically forever. That's how powerful you are. If you messed up sneaking, you just activate poison and hit him 1 time. Then you just can hit him from the back. If he's still surviving, apply 1 more poison and go attack him again in the backside. So all you need to do is just take 1 hit and he will be downed, or basically any enemy you will face. That's how real assassins play. That's how real assassins do their job. Yeah, that's just 1 bottle, 1 drop, and 1 less problem in our way. And that's why poisons are so good in Oblivion. To find out why they are so broken, we need to go to Bloated Float. That's a boat on Imperial City waterfront. After talking with Ormil, I can take a bet just for 10 gold. And that's extremely cheap price for being able to sleep just for 1 hour. And after waking up, we find out that unexpected voyage has started. Yeah, as you can see, there is a bandit over there, and you know what? This bandit just stole the whole ship. What we do with these intruders? Yeah, we're doing our poison stuff and finishing him off. Just like that. They won't have a lot of stuff on them, but storage room keys and other stuff will be useful. So applying poison and going to the next room. In storage room, that's our thief friend, Graman Gromarat. After freeing him up, let's go back to Tavern Deck. And there's another bad guy over here. That's how we talk with the bad guys. That's how we talk with the bad guys. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Okay, let's go to the door to Bloated Float at sea, since this guy is definitely not a captain, and we don't like boat stealers. Goodbye. Getting cabin key from him, and straight to cabin. And we're not getting any negotiations. Ha! Ha! Who will laugh last, lady? Don't get up. Don't get up. Just lie here. What is so cool? She will leave us Backwater blade. And it's not a dagger, it's actually a short sword, but it got enhancement. Absorb fatigue on strike. We will definitely take it. So, boat is saved from this awesome dude. Is he still alive? Whatever. Let's take a nap. And here's the deal. Backwater blade is enchanted weapon. It will have some properties like absorb fatigue. And fatigue is our ability to basically do some stuff. To run, walk, whatever. So how it works is actually extremely simple. We just attack and it will drain fatigue from him. When we drain enough fatigue, he will actually fall and lie on the ground, like that. And if you remember, it's same effect as our poison. So he's almost disabled, we can add our poison and then continue draining fatigue from him. That's really a great blade to not apply poison to every hit and start your awesome adventure as thief. He will most likely lie on the ground most of the time with drained fatigue, and it's really easy to defeat these guys. However, there's a little problem. Every hit with enchanted weapons require you to use charges, and to attack with this weapon we can use 50 total attacks until we need to recharge the weapon. And that's why poisons are so powerful. You can have enchanted weapon that is really powerful, but you can add a lot more effects just by poisoning the same weapon. So we're basically getting triple damage on hit with enchanted weapon as well as poisoned weapon at the same time. But now we got one more problem in our hands. And this exact same problem. Yeah, we got this weapon, but how to recharge it? We can recharge it with soul gems. These soul gems need to have soul. And while I can buy them from Imperial City Market District, going there every time is tedious. So I decided why not to go straight to Cheydinhal, since there's really good Mages Guild over here. At Mages Guild we can recharge our weapon for the price, by the way, but also there is guys who selling spells, like Trayvon the Red God, for example, and he will sell us Soul Trap spell. We will use it later. Basically, when we're choosing spells, we're looking for effects, and effects we need is damage on target, so it will be Flash Bolt for fire damage on target, and there's some spells like this that we can buy in Imperial City Market and in other places. And this adventure is a lot easier than before. As you can see, bandits right now is not a problem for us. We drain fatigue, we drain their health, we paralyze him, and bam bam, he's down. Still, the biggest problems is our charges, of course, but we will fix it right over here in the mountains. It's a great place, beautiful view, completely awesome actually. But we're here not for the views, or I would better say not only for the views. We're here to find Azura Shrine. Oh, get away, wolf. That's how awesome drain fatigue. And if you're lost in the mountains, that's exact location we're looking for, right on top of Cheydinhal. Coolest part, and like most of the shrines, we can talk it right away, but nothing happens. Yeah, here's the problem. And we will go back to Imperial City Market District, right to the Gilded Carafe. That's where this lovely lady will gladly sell us glow dust. That's what we need. It's pretty cheap, and normally we can get this resource only on higher levels when we fight versus Justs, but we can buy it instantly right at level 2 and nothing will happen. Because we need to talk with Melsmarion. He always will like a bunch of our gold to actually tell us how this stuff works, and we need to wait right exactly in the window from 5 to 7 AM or PM, basically at dawn or at dusk. And now we can activate shrine, use glow dust, and hear the goddess. She asks to bring piece of dash to her followers in nearby cave. We are fully loaded and can easily finish this quest. So that's one of the followers. It's not super easy because they get protection from our poison, a little bit of protection, but no protection from fatigue drain, from Backwater sword that we got in our hands. And don't forget, as Khajit, we got Eye of Night, so we can easily see everything in the dark. However, be really careful, because these guys are really powerful. By going in sneaky and taking them one by one, it's pretty doable. The hardest one is this big orc, but in this cave you will find that it's pretty hard to find last 2 worshippers. In reality, it's pretty easy. Here's the rock wall. You can't use and do anything with it, but you can pull a rope and it will be opened. That's the quests. And that's actually great caves with lots of secrets. That's why I like Oblivion. It's not so obvious how to do stuff here, basically. After almost being destroyed by these worshippers, we actually finished the quest and can get back to shrine, talk with the goddess, and get insane reward. It's called Azura Star, and that's something we want to have on our hotbar also. It works exactly like a soul gem, and that's why we need this soul trap skill. So it's time to become even more broken. We will go back to our spire, but when we get back to spire, we need to make sure we get the right spells. And that's how magic works in Oblivion. You can equip technically any spell you have, and there's different types of application. There's self-applications that you will cast on yourself, basically buffs, touch application that you will use on touch, so you touch enemy, it's applicable to enemy in mid-range, and target, which is range spells. For example, flare is fireball, and that's basically it. But even if you buy spells like flashbolt, for example, you probably won't be able to use them, because it will require you to have higher skill level, as well as higher magicka total, so you will be able to cast it. Therefore, to use better spells, we need to level up our magic schools. Our main school to become invisible and completely broken is illusion, as also also it will give us a lot of extra stuff. But to make insanely powerful weapons, as well as have unlimited charges, we need destruction and mysticism. So I went to Lewin, tried to mage kill, and just to show you how broken we will become, look how much it costs to recharge our weapon. It costs 2000 gold, and that's a lot for just 50 strikes. In this mage guild we're looking for Alves Uvenim, and she sells lots of different spells. Basically we're looking for low tier dispel spell, basically any spell with mysticism over here. Minor dispel will work, and we just need to make sure we get spells from schools we need. So we got one destruction school, one mysticism school, and some illusion school spells. Also in Imperial City Market at Edgar discounted spells, I'm getting 45 fatigue, which is restoration spell. And that's how we level up magic. So that's how it works. Basically we need to create spell, and we get this low level 45 fatigue, which you can easily get. We want to level up destruction school, and we're doing touch with highest magnitude we can possibly get until we will hit our skill cap. For example, 25. It will be around 18, 15 actually. So touch 15 points, it will eat 31 magicka on cast, and we're doing 45 fatigue on self. I like to keep same duration and same magnitude on them. We're creating the spell, and now look, this spell after casting just once will increase our destruction every time we cast, but we will lose all our mana. However, it's easy to fix. Yeah, we can wait 1 hour to replenish mana, or we can go into our garden and get bunch of mana bloom and flax. It will be leecher and flax seeds. By combining them, you will have restore magicka on self potion. Now we spam 8 poisons at the same time on casting spell and leveling up destruction just like that. It's extremely simple and extremely fast too. You don't need this trick to level up mysticism, just use minor dispel and it will naturally level up your mysticism skill. And you can do the same with illusion, with any self cast like starlight. Don't forget, our skill in illusion is a little bit higher, therefore we can just create the illusion practice 25 self-cast with highest magnitude we possibly can get, actually, and by getting magnitude to 100, duration to 33 with 63 magicka cost, just few casts will level up our illusion skill too. And now, if you get paralyzed spell, basically how this altar works, whenever you buy any spell, if you can cast it, it will show up over here, the effect of the spell, and we can create any our custom spell. For example, I want paralyze on target with like small duration. For example, like 3 seconds will be enough. 3 seconds will be enough. We will call it a stopper. And now look how powerful the stopper is. We apply poison to our dagger, of course, and we're going straight for these guys. We are right now super sneaky, so let's stop him. And let's stop him. That's how it works, basically. We will stop him again. We will delete him. Apply poison, hit him once, he will be insta-paralyzed again, and we can stop him again, apply more poison, and he's actually done. He's done with our poison. That's how powerful and how cool our rogue is right now. Our thief assassin can just disable all enemies and destroy them while they can't do anything. But, as always, let's take it a little bit further. So, what we will need is soul gems. And if you remember, we recently got this Azura star. So, it's right now empty, but we will equip soul trap spell. It can be any soul trap, basic, superior, and it works extremely simple. I will just apply it to creature, and I got 40 seconds to destroy the creature. Crabs, for example, we cast the staff, destroy the crabs, and we will get souls. Right now, Azure Star will have PT soul inside. It's like the smallest one. However, what we can do right now, we can use this soul on our weapons to enchant it with different and very powerful F. And while juicy stuff will be to apply paralyze, of course, it's so broken that it's not even in the game. You can't apply paralyze normally. So we can do something like drain fatigue, for example, but it won't work on higher tier enemies. But what we can easily do is to get weapon with unlimited charges. So how it will work? We need to use our dagger, then we add our Azura Star PT Soul or any other soul gem with other souls, and with the lowest tier soul we will have 15 energy. Soul Trap without area, and for example with duration of 1 second will be enough if you're hitting enemies and destroying them with your weapon attacks, but 2 seconds is kinda safe timer. Will work just like magic. To showcase the power of this weapon, I will add absorb attribute and we will absorb speed of enemies. We want to have highest magnitude we possibly can get with lowest duration, so for me right now it's 37 for 15 energy total, and that's Stopper. That's exactly the name of the dagger we want. Why this dagger will be called Stopper? Well, it drains speed from enemy and drains it pretty fast. Right now we don't have any like souls in our soul gem, but look here, I got back to prison, first of all to destroy this rat, and we captured the soul instantly. So that's basically how this dagger works. Whenever you defeat someone, you get their soul and you can instantly recharge your dagger, and since unlike soul gems, Azure Star never run out, never depletes, never gets out of your inventory, it will be always there until you finish one of the quests. Technically we got nice Duracell in our inventory, basically a battery. Crap, hello, we defeat the crab, we got his soul, lost some charges, instantly recharge, just like that. But again, answering question why we call this Stopper, because speed is attribute in Oblivion, that when depleted enemy will just stand still, so we need to deplete his speed. Right now it's not depleted, but I will just show you in a second. He's becoming slower and slower and slower, and when speed is depleted completely, he will just stand still. It's extremely powerful against like really powerful enemies, so we will deplete it soon, I guess, or he will be deleted even a little bit faster. But speed is insanely cool. Plus at the same time we're doing absorb attribute. This means we're basically getting their speed back. But as you can see, we run out of charges pretty fast. Is to just go and buy soul gems pre-filled with some souls already. So you just have a bunch of them in your inventory. Well, when you level up you will get access to better soul gems, so you will be available to charge your weapons just in case. But right now we are in Skin Garage and we want to go to Mage's Guild right now, since this awesome guy, Voyage the Cautious. I guess it's too late, so we need to wait like 12 hours. And he sells basically every type of magic elemental damage. Also there's one more Baldy in here, and Slin's Vesnus, a lovely dude, will give us weakness to every type of magic, as well as weakness to poison and shock, of course. And that's what we need. Another town that we will visit is Bravil. Same purpose, we're looking for Mage Guild, it looks like this. And we want to get here around like 11 AM. There's chance that we will meet Ita Rinus over here. She will gladly give us access to bunch of cool spells. So here we can buy Paralyze if we don't have Paralyze yet. But most importantly, we interested in Chameleon spell, Chameleon and Shadow, as well as Shadow Shape. Since we are not a mage, we don't have a lot of magicka, we won't be able to use them. But that's why I stole this awesome spire, so we can make any spell we like by ourselves. Now in case we need, we can create self-casted Chameleon and Invisibility. So what's the difference? Take a look over here. When we have Chameleon, we will become basically invisible. But if we touch something like a chest or whatever, we can do it completely freely. But with Invisibility, you're basically completely invisible also. But you touch something, you become visible instantly. If we want to get somewhere unnoticed, Invisibility is a choice. If we want to hide ourselves from enemy eyes, we're going with Chameleon. And we can create basically self-casted spells for like 10 seconds to increase our chances to go inside dungeons. That's basically what we want to do. So again, you don't need to really like long duration. 8 second, 100 duration Chameleon on self. And while it's definitely cool to have 100 Chameleon, just for one single reason, the reason that I can become invisible right in front of enemy faces, go into sneak mode and make sneak attack damage in front of them. They're trying to see us and they almost can't see us. So why they can see us? That's because in Oblivion there is mechanic. When you get armor, like leather armor for example, effectiveness of spells is actually lower. It's shown over here. We get 93% effectiveness of the spell. So in reality right now we get not 100 Chameleon, but actually 93%. This basically gives us ability to avoid them most of the time. What we can make to make it even more powerful. Look here, we get bunch of equipment that is on us, and what we want to do, we want to enchant it, of course. The power of enchantment will be determined by power of your gem. So when we advance through the game, when we level up, we will have better gems, and basic gem will give us 11% of Chameleon. Technically, even right now we can have 100% Chameleon instantly and pretty easy just by enchanting one part of our equipment. But what I want to do, I want to have amulets, bracers, boots, basically every piece of equipment, and if I got Grand Soul gems, I will be able to enchant them with Chameleon 20%. So it comes a little bit later in the game, but basically just with amulet, with our gauntlets, with our new helmet. Actually, I like old one. With pants, of course, and for example, one ring. We can get chameleon up to 100%. Take a look over here. We get 100% chameleon. How powerful is 100% chameleon? Do I need to tell you that it's completely broken? We can hit him, but he don't know what's going on. First, I vanished from their sight. Now I will vanish from their memories. Basically, we can do whatever we like and whatever we want. But as you can see, damage is pretty like mediocre, and they can survive loads of hits from our PT dagger. Right now, I will equip a rusty iron dagger. It just got like 2 damage or 1 damage, one of them. So what we will do? We will create one-shot machine from this dagger. Coolest part, you don't need actually grand soul gem to use this trick, but we will just use it to show full potential. And there will be actually 2 versions of this dagger. The first one that I like a lot is pretty cool. We just need any elemental damage type first. So let's make frost one because it will also slow down targets. And just to showcase how broken it is, we will make lowest magnitude, lowest duration, and no area basically. Then we need to apply weakness to our damage type. So if applying frost damage and strike, we're doing frost, weakness to frost basically. With 100 magnitude, and duration should be around like 3, maybe 4, maybe 5 seconds for quality of life. 3 seconds is actually enough. And then we're applying weakness to magic. 100 magnitude, same duration, around 5 seconds will work. So this on weapon will cost you 66 energy. So it's pretty high soul gem. But again, you can live with, for example, like duration of 2 seconds, it will work. And this will be around 30 souls. So it's basically like second soul gem that you will get. And this is what I call dash loop in Oblivion. Basically how it works. We hit once and we deal 3 points of damage. Then we're applying weakness to frost on strike and weakness to magic on strike. The next strike, however, will be with this extra 100 damage to frost on strike, because it's already applied from previous strike. But this time it will be amplified by weakness to magic on strike. And this will self-loop basically. So I call it dash loop 3 damage. But if you just raise magnitude of this damage by like 10 points, for example, 10 points, maybe 15 will be really good. You make weakness to frost, duration 4, weakness to magic, add weakness to poison, all with 3-second duration. Add soul trap on top, so we can trap the soul, also 3-second duration. This is a real coup de grace, for real. So, frost damage with applied weakness to frost, magic, poison, soul trap on strike, and there's one more option that also can be applied pretty easy and fast in the game. You want drain health with 1-second duration, and you want a weakness to magic, 100 magnitude, duration like few seconds. It's also late game-ish version of the dagger, soul trap for few seconds. Weakness to poison, it's just optional, but it's also nice to have. And this is a real one-shotter. So first of all, this 100% chameleon is actually so broken that I even don't recommend you to use it, since it makes the game basically trivial. Enemies just can't see you. Anyway, we got this dagger that can deal basically kinda only 3 damage. By the way, if you for some reason pressing on weapons and they, instead of equipping, dropping on the floor, fix I found is get out of the menu and then press shift. Press shift and you will be able to equip them again. So look at this dash loop dagger. 3 damage. 1 hit, 2 hit, 3 hit, 4 hit, 5 hit. And he is done. The guard done. We basically previously made like, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 attacks, and he was still standing. Let me put off my helmet so he will see me actually. And look at this. Look at his health. That's how it works basically. So we're doing few attacks and then he is starting to basically melt. So attack number 1 will be really like low attack, second attack kinda finishes him off. So we need like 3 attacks or 4. But as I told you, that's the lowest damage we can possibly make. Coup de grace with 18 points of extra damage on top, which is actually even like weaker dagger. So that's how 1 damage dagger can perform. Look at his health. 2 hits, he is done. What's up, stranger? You're done. Basically 2 hits and enemies is out. But what about one-shotter? How one-shotter can perform? Let's go straight into Watchtower. There should be a bunch of guards over here. And we're not paying anything, because that's actual one-shot dagger. It works extremely simple. First, stop making them weaker, and second, finish them off. First strike, no damage. Second strike, finish off. It's just completely meme dagger. 1, 2, he's out. Combine it with 100% invisibility, 1-2, he's out, and you can defeat even gods in Oblivion with this setup. So to keep some challenge going and to actually fight versus enemies, keep Chameleon at around like 60%, but also you will need to have pretty high sneak. So to level sneak, you actually stand behind enemies and walk into the wall. You can do it in different ways. You can check my Stealth Archer or Exploits video where I show it, it's pretty easy. But also, while you're leveling, enemies becoming stronger, and you probably want to have a little bit more Chameleon early on. There's a way. When you reach level 10, talk with lady. It's Mystic Emporium, of course, I hope you know this lady. And we want to buy bone meal from her, or ectoplasm should work. Then there's a shrine to the left of Skingrad. Basically just follow west and you will find the shrine in no time. You will see it on compass on top. And we offer bone meal or ectoplasm. We start the quest and she will give us a quest which we will allocate it over here in Howling Cave. What's up, bandit? So after getting to Howling Cave, it's in the cemetery basically. We need to go in and destroy everyone. There will be a bunch of reds. It's not like a hard quest. Don't forget we can capture the soul and recharge our one-shotter pretty easily. And when you go down, there's a bunch of undeads. They're giving us better souls, by the way. Secret doors, and at the lower part of the cave there's a bunch of necromancers with zombies. How are you, Necromancer? It won't be so trivial if you don't have 100 invisibility and one-shotter in your hands, but at level 10 you can easily have one-shotter in your hands actually, and around 70% of invisibility. But after leaving this cave we will have ability to have 100% invisibility even at level 10 or so. It will be pretty easy. After defeating all of them we're getting back and getting reward from the shrine. The reward will be Khajiit ring. So the ring is insanely good. It got 45 speed, so you will become faster, and also Chameleon on self 35%. Therefore, even if you don't have Grand Soul gems for all your equipment pieces, you will have 35% Chameleon right now with this ring. And now let's add 10% to each. It will be 45, 55, 60, 70, 85, 95 on all our gear combined with just basic PT soul gems. But of course we can make 100 pretty easily. And by the way, we still got one-shotter, so where are you running, my friend? I completely bricked my Oblivion. I will show you how powerful we are on this gladiator. Just look here. He's done. 2 hits. Bro. Same. And I don't want why she don't want me here, but she is done. And now we're going to Arena. That's Arena! Powerful dude, and everyone is not happy because you know, stopping enemies is not so cool. You know what's so cool? One-shotting them, I mean two-shotting of course. Just like that. Oh my goodness, how powerful we are. So I hope you enjoyed the video and you will have blast making your own 100% invisible thief, assassin, rogue in Oblivion Remastered. Make sure to watch other cool videos on the screen right now and see you there.